Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Today is Wednesday, February 20, Ragma. Okay, February 26, 2025. It is just before 6 in the morning on Wednesday. Big day, really big day. This is our volunteers breakfast day. This is getting someone to work today. And then I have class tonight from 6 to 8. So big day, big day. But it's good to be alive. So, and good morning, Miss Trinkle, wherever you are. Okay, so we've got a big show today, really big day, week 1, day 3 in our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. Day 3, week 1. Everything you think you know about addiction is wrong. Johann Hari. And the experts say he probably got it right. We'll talk more about this later. But the difference is you have a lot of people who are a lot of vertical knowledge on different parts of addiction, scientific types. Johann Hari was and is a great journalist who had a fall from grace, wanted to understand, why did I do this? So he took his great brain, Cambridge-trained brain, focused on journalism, so to be able to find facts, get facts, and communicate facts and stories, and had the means, the moolah, to go find the truth. And as everybody's going deep in addiction, he's going broad across addiction, synthesizing and unifying and harmonizing the beliefs, the results or the findings of these people. And because he is very sharp, having gone to Cambridge, or he went to Cambridge, able to go to Cambridge because he was smart and well trained and motivated, most of the really good experts say he probably nailed it. Took what I did and he added to my beliefs. So this is a really big one on addiction. And if you view addiction from this way, which is everything you think you know about addiction is probably wrong. If you start from that premise, say it must, what I think about addiction must be wrong because it's not helping me. Or it's hopeless. My life is ruined. Okay, everything you think you know, just put it up in this nice little ball, virtual, metaphorical, proverbial ball, and just put it over here on the shelf and learn what he says with an open mind, not a skeptical mind, not a questioning mind, not a fact-checking mind, just with an open mind, and accept it as true. And I think you'll come out the other end saying, wow. And you might highly likely that if you have addiction issues, that it'll get to you emotionally. Okay. Well, why are we here? We are here to help our students and interested parties on their journey through this life through our 4-part transformational program, which focuses on 4 essential parts, like 4 parts of it, 4 legs on a table. Physical, which is fitness and health. You're not going to exercise your way out of a bad diet. It starts with diet. It starts with what we ingest, the type, the quality, and the quantity of things we consume. And then fitness. Got something in my throat. Must be this coconut oil, mushroom-infused coffee. Health or fitness. exercise, work out. I've only been able to do 15 minutes on Peloton today, because it's a really big day. And yesterday I did not get a lot of sleep. And it was a draining day, driving to Vegas, etc. Okay, but here we are now. And so physical, mental, always be learning. Every day should be spent learning. And an orientation is life. The world is my classroom. Always be learning. A, always be, B, C, learning. Always be learning. Next, third leg on the table, emotional. Control your emotions. Learn to control your emotions. Most of the things we do that we regret are because we didn't have the right emotions attached. Most of the things we didn't do is because we didn't have the right emotions attached. So the idea is to control your emotions, because if you can't control your emotions, what we say is don't worry, somebody else will. And they'll probably take you out of the game. And that kind of is an advanced little note to our theme, which is about, what's it called exactly? Who are your string holders? Addiction. Who are your string holders? What? Yeah. So physical, mental, emotional, and the fourth leg on the table is the spiritual leg. That's the most important one. If you start with the question of, why are we here? Why do I exist? Am I just atoms in the void? Is there something after I die? And if you choose to believe that, yes, there is something after this, then you can ask the next question. If there's something after this, would it make sense that my behavior now has any impact on what happens next? And if your answer to that is yes, then you should want to lead the best possible life. So the question comes down to, what does that mean? What is the best possible life? And I would say the best possible life is a Christian life, where one has the belief that Jesus was the Creator incarnate. Not saying the only one of his kind, but certainly the only one of his kind who was resurrected that we know about. Hey, what not a bevy, you're here. Good to see you. Taking a break. So if you choose to accept that, I would say accept that Jesus is the Creator incarnate. And if you do that, to accept his commands. Okay, hello, Matticus von Atticus. You really kind of screwed the pooch, not intentionally, but Matt Fisher was arrested and you didn't even seem to notice that his car wasn't there for 2 days. Now we have to do a rescue mission to get his car out. Yeah, not good. Not good, people. String holders, everyone. Okay, so, and then the spiritual side. So we're going to help you through that in a minimalist. There's 30,000, at least 30,000 different varieties of Christianity. We're going to take a minimalist from below approach that leads to joining a church. That's what we're going to do. But that is in, okay, who stole it? That's in this. What if? That's on weekends, Monday through Friday. It's this. We're going to get a new cover and do a new printing. So, okay, well, about 10 minutes in and we just got through the introduction. All right, let's go to our worksheet. Worksheet, link down below on the website, on Facebook. Not today's yet. Maybe we need to start doing that. Yeah, well, make sure we have a link to the worksheet from down below. We need to do that before the show. We usually post it after the show because it's kind of like the show notes. Addiction. Who are your string holders? So down below in red letter on the worksheet, we have the TED Talk, Johann Hari, Everything You Think You Know About Addiction Is Wrong. And we have red letter Darren Hardy talking about string holders. String holders. And he gives the example of a dad took his son to a kite festival. And while they're there, the son said, "Hey, Dad, I want a kite." So Dad bought him a kite and string and all of this stuff, and they're flying the kite. And the kite got to the end of the string, and the kid said, "Dad, I want the kite to go higher. How about if we cut this? The string is holding the kite back. It wants to fly." He was pulled over because of car registration. That's how it started. So guys, we live in a police state. Every opportunity they get, they're going to try to hassle you, incarcerate you. You just have to accept it as a way of life. This idea of this is the West, we're free in the West. No, that's just a story. That's just a story they want you to believe. This is a police state. When you have a minor little thing, like you don't have a license plate, you got this on your registration, it should be go fix it, because it's going to be on your record. And the next time you get pulled over, you're going to have problems. Get it fixed. Versus we're going to hassle you and we're going to incarcerate you and your car is going to get impounded and your life is really going to suck. So, anywho, we live in a police state, people. That's just how it is. And if you are unlucky enough to get grabbed, have everything in order. Because if they don't like you, you are going down. All right. So back to our shoe, back to our really big shoe. So string holders. So kid says, "Dad, let's cut the string so the kite can go further." And the dad says, "Okay." And shortly thereafter, what happened to the kite? What happened to the kite shortly thereafter, once they let the string out so the kite could fly higher? Because from the kid's perspective, the string was holding the kite back. I can feel it. I'm holding this thing and I can feel the kite wants to go further. But when they let go of the string, the kite spiraled down and crashed into a terrace of a building a long ways away. Right. So I guess not a Bevy's not a kite person. Isn't really a kite flyer, but yes, it flies away, but it quickly crashes down. It doesn't just take off and, oh, I never see that kite again. And I think everybody who has a kite tries it at some point in time. Maybe if I just put enough weight on here, it'll stay afloat and keep flying away. But it doesn't really work that way. So the point of that story was, we think that there are people holding us back. And some people are holding us back, but not everybody who's putting restraint on us is bad. Who are your string holders? Some people are holding you back from actually moving forward in life's adventure. But the good people in your life are the ones that are keeping you from ending up like the kite. You go a little ways, and then without any kind of structure, any resistance, any pullback, feedback, you tumble down and burn. And so that is a segue to Johann Hari, who says what? The opposite of addiction is not what? What does he say? The opposite of addiction is not what? Tick tock, time is racing. Sobriety. Sobriety is not the opposite of addiction. Connection is the opposite of addiction. In the past, right, correct, Matt. In the past, this tech talk, no, sobriety is not the opposite of addiction, Matt. Connection is the opposite of addiction. The class used to be called, what did we used to call this? I don't know, doesn't matter. I lost my train of thought, but it had to do with connection. So the basic idea is we want to feel good. We want to feel good. We want to have absence of pain. And when people start isolating, when they start not having friends, they look for other things. Hobby. Some hobbies are not good. You can have a drug hobby. You can have a porn hobby. You can have a watchmaking hobby, boats and bottles. You can have a hobby. An addiction is when you do it to an extreme, where like you can't stop. And what goes along with addiction is isolation from other people, or you pool. David Logan would say that you have pool that have the same things. They pool together. They're not really connected. They're just sharing the same space. It's not true connections. And people who don't use drugs don't isolate in that way, and don't look for external things to make them feel good, like drugs or alcohol or pornography or gambling or whatever it is. When I go in the casino and I see people just numb-mindedly pushing button, pushing button, pushing button, a little shot of dopamine, 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 lost in their brains of thought, feeding their dopamine habit, not good. They're in a room full of other people, but they're not interacting with the other people. So big red letter. So today is a combination. Johann Hari, the opposite of addiction is connection. And who are your stringholders? Who are those people? And in one sense, that's your sponsor, right? If you're AA or NA, it's your sponsor. It's the meetings. It's having to go to a meeting. Those are the types of things. I will not even touch a slot machine. Psst, no. I touched a slot machine. Okay, that's what she said. I will not even, okay. Next. Okay, well, we're at 1845 in. Day 3, week 1, addiction. So we started with the brain, and this is a Brain Smart program, IQ. Today, we would normally call Rat Park. Rat Park. What we try to build is Rat Park. So Pratt and Star are supposed to be Rat Park, but when I was in Star yesterday, it looked more like rats in a park. Not good. Not good. Not good at all. So Matt, are you going to the breakfast? Please bring Wade. Please bring Junior to that. And cool. Sayonara. Sayonara, baby son.